to my channel. Welcome back to another live video. So I figured that doing a Q&A or a general chit chat video would lighten the mood a little, because obviously my previous live was a bit dark and heavy, and I had to end that quickly because I got interrupted. I do apologize, guys, because I love talking to you all. Um, thank you. So I would just want to thank you guys as well for providing me like a safe space to talk as well. It's so hard, like, talking about certain topics, especially when you're speaking to a camera as well, because it's not very personal, is it? Like speaking to a screen, but when you're speaking to like a person, it's different. Hi AP, what's up? Thank you so much for the like. Yeah, so I figured that doing like a little Q&A, general chit chat would just lighten the whole feel of my channel, because obviously when you talk about certain topics, it's quite, sad, depressing. Yeah, and I figured like a little Q&A might be fun, especially for the trolls as well. So, yeah, I wanna right. So basically, I wanna organize my life. I figured that a lot of talking videos will help with my healing process as well, help me to heal moving forward, help me to identify things that I need to work on. Um, it may guide me in life as well. I know God guides me, but I mean, um, sometimes I can get in my own way, sometimes I can get in my head a lot. So if I do like talking videos, it might help me to reflect a little and, give me like the next, direction in life. But obviously God gives me the directions, but sometimes if I'm getting in the way of God, maybe I need to help myself, get those thoughts out. It's like writing's quite healing. So I figure that talking can be quite healing as well. And there's another topic I want to do a video on. It's not so heavy this time though. But I figured by breaking it up, by doing a Q&A might be better for my channel instead of it just being like depressing topics. Yeah. So um I'm trying to work on my routine lately. Hi Sigma, how are you? I'm trying to work on my routine. I'm trying to, like, the weather's changing in the UK. Yo, what's up? The weather's changing in the UK. It's like spring is in the air. It's still cold. Like, I feel like it's still like winter, but people keep telling me like in the daytime it's like sunny and stuff. So I feel like spring is trying to creep in a little. Even though to me it still feels like winter, but whatever. Um, but now with spring on the way, I kind of want to do more decluttering. I want to try and get myself in alignment with who I am through decluttering as well, which I'm probably gonna like document that. I don't know. Um, I also, there's a lot that I need to work on, and I feel like over my days are going too quick, or I'm just not doing enough work. I don't know which one it is, but I feel like I need to start planning my days out, because I feel like time's going and I feel like I haven't done enough, if that makes sense. Thank you so much for the like. Um, but yeah, I just wanna make videos that will help you guys. Like, I just wanna help you all, because I feel like whatever ideas I have, I feel like I should share it with people. Um, because I feel like there's a lot of things that people know and maybe they're not getting it out into the world. So I want to try and make more videos um that help people that are struggling, mainly struggling. Um, because some people struggle with decluttering, some people struggle with like getting up, starting a day. And I want to be there. I want to be there for those people. I want to be that person that when they watch my videos, they know what they need to do to get unstuck. AP said, I wore a t-shirt under my windbreaker jacket today. It was quite warm in London. Oh, you're in London. You're so lucky. I feel like London is warmer than where I live. I feel like because you guys have like the tall buildings and stuff. But it's so nice that the weather is beginning to get warmer though. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get like good weather this year. I want to say good weather. I mean spring, like when spring is like it's not too hot and it's not too cold. I want days like that. I just want that kind of weather. So I hope we get that this year. Um yeah, but it does put you in a better mood when the weather starts cheering up a little. Um yeah, because winter can be nice, but it can also be a bit long, and it makes you lack energy as well. But when the sun comes out, it just puts you in a better mood. You just want to be happy. You want to start eating like healthy. When I say healthy foods, I mean like more fruits and stuff, and if things that nourish you, things that are like mouth-watering. I don't know how to explain, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Um, AP said it has been cold as well. I agree. Like, I feel like in the evenings it does get cold. Oh my gosh. And I've noticed now it's starting to get lighter as well. Anyone that's watching this and they're confused, in the UK, um, in the winter, we have shorter days because it gets dark like around 4 p.m., right? And it's dark in the early mornings as well, but now it's starting to get lighter, and that's when we know that spring is coming, and it's so beautiful. I remember when we had like a snowstorm in March, though. That was crazy. It was snowing for days. Luke said we need to express and listen to the expressions of what we have experienced, pain we have in our hearts from what we witness. We all need compassion and hugs. I agree with that, Luke. Let's break down what you're saying. AP said, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Um, Let me just go back to AP. So AP said you're right. That's about like winter and stuff. So, uh, yeah, the seasons and stuff. The seasons do affect people's moods, and sometimes people need the sun more than others as well, and that affects your mood. Luke said I experienced pain from my family. Let's talk about that, Luke. It'd be good if I could put you on my live and you could talk it out, but it's fine. Um, so we need to express. So let's break that down. So, I think when people express themselves, it's important that they express it to the right people. And what I mean by right people is people that are overtrained to listen, or people that genuinely want to listen for the right reasons. And when I say for the right reasons, you get some people that like to laugh at people's life, right? Um, they don't want to support people, they just want to gossip, right? So expressing yourself to the right people, people that truly love you and people that truly care, makes a world of a difference. I read somewhere that um being listened to is when the healing starts. Because I feel like gaslighting is one of the things that stop healing, because when you're gaslit, it stops you from feeling what you need to feel, because you need to feel your feelings in order for them to pass. Because I think a lot of men, maybe some men will know what I'm talking about. A lot of men don't express their feelings, right? And when you hold on to those feelings, they don't ever go away. And it's always like a constant reminder in your head. But when you feel emotions and you let it pass, it gives you room to grow and gives you room to look at the bigger picture of things. And if you, like, for example, if you fall in love with someone, for example, let's use love, right? So you fall in love with someone and you tell that person, right? And then they tell you that they don't feel the same way, right? You're not gonna um depends on the person's mentality, but most people, if someone tells them that they don't feel the same way, you let it go, right? You accept that they don't feel the same way and you let it go. But if you don't tell someone that you love them, right, years and years pass and you start thinking about this person. That's what I mean by trapped emotion. So when you gaslit, right, gaslighting doesn't allow you to feel those emotions, it suppresses them. So you end up more focused on the things that that person's saying, instead of like having that space to speak about it and heal from it. AP says it's not good to bottle things up. Let's read what Luke said. Compassion, understanding. We need to be heard. I was abused verbally and physically. I've never had someone to tell to listen. Oh, do you know what, Luke? I really appreciate you for saying it on this live, because um you do deserve to have a voice. You do deserve to speak about your experiences. Your experiences don't define who you are today. However, it's something that is important for you to talk about in order for you to um know what is right for you and what's wrong for you in your life moving forward. Because um even though that we move past these things, right, it's important that people understand that side of us so they know how to treat us, if that makes sense. Luke said he relates to me. That's really good that you relate to me. So Back to your original comment. So, we need to express and listen to the expressions of what we have experienced. So, do you mean like we need to be able to um listen to for ourselves to listen to what we experience? Is that what you're saying? So, whatever you've been through, when you express it, you need to be able to listen to what you listen to the expressions of what we have experienced, pain we have in our hearts from what we have witnessed. Um, okay, it's gonna sound very ignorant, but from my personal opinion, I feel like the relationship with God, right, um, is a game changer purely because you learn that a lot of things that happen to us in life isn't even about us. It's about lessons that may need to be learned from that person that's done it, or uh it's hard to put it into words, isn't it? It's kind of like what I'm trying to say is what I learned on my healing journey was that I could separate myself from what happened to me. I could separate myself from it, and um I was trying to find ways to accept what's happened but move forward with it. But what I found was the people that inflicted the pain onto me didn't want me to move forward, which is very interesting. Um, is like they didn't want to solve the problem, right? And I accept that. However, um, I was trying to create an environment where to move past it. I mean, not to talk to them, not to be best friends with them, but to, for me to just carry on my life. It's really complex for me to explain, but they've managed to create an environment where it's like it's almost like gaslighting in a way where it looks like I'm the problem. Okay. So because it makes it look like I'm the problem, I tried to create a peace offering where I was like, right, listen, I don't care about, you know, um, being having a relationship with you or anything like that. All I want is to be able to get on with my life and you get on with yours. And I don't want any more problems. But obviously, whatever you say just goes over their heads, right? Let me read the comments. Back to what Luke said, pain we have in our hearts from what we witness. We all need compassion and love. Yeah, and hugs. Why did I say love? Maybe we need love. Um, we need people to understand, but we do live in a cold world, guys, where people actually don't care, right? And I'm not talking about myself because I do care, but we live in a world where a lot of people will, when they know that you've had something happen to you, they would try and inflict more pain onto you. I don't know what's wrong with people. Luke said I experienced pain from family. We need to go back to that actually because that's so important. I'm so sorry if I'm ignoring you guys. Um, right, let's talk about Luke. So Luke said I experienced pain from family. Right, if we look at family, right, we have an idea of who our family members are, like from when you're young and you're growing up, right? When that idea of who they are shatters, it makes it unbearable to bond with them the way that you used to. And I think this is a lot of big problem for a lot of people because um you see a lot of people stalk because they have this idea of how a family member is meant to behave, and then when that image shatters, they're stuck on trying to fix. They're like in a loop, right? And what we have to understand is that we can't fix people, we can't change people, but we have to accept that it's happened. And when I say accept, we have to realize that this is actually who they are. Let that sink in. This is actually who they are. You're finally seeing it, right? You're seeing the reality of it. And that is quite tough actually, because you don't want to see them as any other way because the picture that you painted in your head as a child of them was completely different. And they didn't paint that picture in your head, right? This sounds like victim blaming, right? I don't want to sound like I'm victim blaming, but we kind of like we have this imaginary world of people, right? And when we finally see who they are, we don't want to accept it. And this is why I say we should accept them for who they are. This is who they are, and how they treat you is how they're going to treat other people around them. And you will see it. You will see them treating people like that because they've got away with it for so long. It's almost become the norm. Do you know what I mean? Um, but a lot of families are broken today, guys. A lot of broken families. A lot of people rather not put their differences aside and talk things out. They'd rather carry it to their grave. Um, Family, some people are lucky to have like a loving family, a family where they're a strong unit and they live and grow together, they stick by each other through freaking thin. Some people are so lucky. But then you get a lot of people that are born into dysfunction, and you'd be surprised. A lot of people have a lot of chaos around them and they're still having children. This is kind of like why I do think like having children is not a good idea for me, because my family is broken. I don't want to put children in that kind of atmosphere. And it sounds like I'm being selfish, but I wouldn't want to. Um, Luke said we need to be heard. I was abused verbally and physically. So, a big question for you, Luke. Who do you want to be heard by? Is it the people who abused you verbally and physically? Um, Luke said he never had anyone to tell or to listen. I feel like uh, you suffered in silence by the sounds of it. AP said it's not good to bottle things up. I agree. So many people do it and then they turn to drink, they turn to addictions, they get in bad moods with people, they snap at people, and that's because they're keeping a lot of things bottled up inside. Leek said I had 2 interviews today, but I have deep pain, I guess. When it comes to like career and success, you cannot focus on the pain. You have to kind of separate it and use that as your driving force. Um, Luke said we need others to listen to us. I want to disagree with you, Luke. I feel like um the right people will listen to us, but what I've been learning is God is the one that we have to go to in times of trouble. And I can't believe I'm saying this because once upon a time, my life was always centered around telling everybody everything and like going to people. I couldn't be alone. But I've realized that God is the only true person in our lives. Um, let's have a look. So Luke said, I've never talked about it. Have you tried writing about it, Luke? Have a bigger picture of now a family and God. It sounds, you know what? It sounds like something is troubling you a lot, and it's something that you've never like processed it. Have you been suppressing it, Luke? Luke said they had control issues because they've been controlled, I think. We can't make excuses for them because at the end of the day, like everyone has to take responsibility for their own actions. They can't blame other people. Why AP said, why would someone play on your pain? That's nasty work. Good question. Some people are vile. There's a lot of horrible people out there, and they always tend people like that tend to be close to people because they want to like, harm them. That's why it's important to be aware of your surroundings in your circle. Um, AP said you over accept or move on and let go. I think the letting go stood out to me. I think letting go is so important. When I say letting go, I mean, okay, let me give you an example, guys. So imagine, right, someone gave me a rose, right? And this rose has been with me for 100 years. I know I haven't lived that long, but let's just pretend, right? 100 years, right? And this person gave me this rose when we were in a good place, right? We just first met and they were sweet to me, they were loving, and I was in the honeymoon phase, right? Over time, I kept this rose. The reason why I'm using this rose, I was watching a movie, guys, but ignore that. The movie showed this rose dying, right? That's probably why I'm using it. So over time, this person like physically abused me, mentally, verbally, emotionally, everything, right? And they tortured my life, right? and I've still got this rose, right? So this rose I've still got, right? When am I gonna let go of that rose, guys? At what point should I let go of it? Why have I still got it? Because I've got to now let go of the honeymoon phase. I've got to let go of the abuse they inflicted on me. I've got to let go of all those memories. And when I let go of that rose, it gives me a chance to heal and to move on with my life. Because sometimes we have to declutter a lot of things, and it could be decluttering mentally, emotionally. People think decluttering is just objects, but sometimes it's letting go of things, and having certain conversations with people to process it all, and to say to that person, you know what, I am sorry that this has happened. However, I've forgiven you. I've forgiven you, because we learn from Jesus that he knew that those people that harmed him, they didn't know what they were doing. And I think sometimes, like for example, say if I was gossiping about somebody, to me that's fun, but I don't realize that I'm harming that person. And I understand there's a lot of evil people out there that do deliberately harm people, they go out their way to do it. But there's also some people that don't realize the harm they're causing people, because they're also harming themselves, they're also torturing themselves, they're also drinking and going in this dark slumber. Let me read the comments. Luke said, AP is just, we need to express the pain of what it really was. I think what's happened is Luke hasn't ever talked about it, so he must have suppressed it, bottled it up, and maybe he doesn't know what he's really thinking or feeling. AP said it's narcissistic. Yeah, very. Anyone who will listen. Luke just wants a platform to talk, I think. Me and you try to live positive, but obstacles from past existing us. We all suppress it, its abuse. Yeah. Um. Oh, AP said that I seem genuine. Oh my god, there's so many comments here, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to keep up. Um, I love you guys. Um, so Luke said, "Me and you try to live positive, but obstacles from the past exist in us." I think for me, see, I've accepted my past. I've moved forward from it, but I do feel like the obstacles from my past is because the people are still present in my life. Does that make sense? So I still live with these people. That's the problem. Um, yeah, suppressing it is really bad because it always flares up in different ways. Tanya, you seem like you got a lot to offer to a child. I don't know you, but you seem genuine. Yeah, if I had a child, I would love it so much, but I feel like I don't have a family unit around me to, feel like I could allow my child to roam into it. And as you guys know from my other life, the person who did that to me is still around, so I wouldn't want to have my child in their hands. You know what I'm saying? So in order for that to not happen, I'd rather not have a child, because I feel like if I was to pass away, you know, who would have my child, you know? Would the same thing happen to my child? I don't want that to happen. So for that reason, I have to suppress my life, in order to survive this situation and to ride it out. Um, Luke said, "We matter, you matter." Thank you so much. Admitting it first to someone, letting go is an option. The abuse was given to us. Luke, it depends what happened to you. Obviously, I'm not going to force it out of you, but um, letting go isn't what you think it is. Letting go is allowing you that chance to live the life that you deserve, because you don't want to be, I don't want to say punishing yourself, but if you're hanging on to something that someone did, they should be the one hanging on to that guilt, not you. So it's like setting yourself free. We were innocent victims, and children matter. That's so true, but a lot of people fail children. They were wrong and bad. I agree so much. Even like, can I just say, like, Luke's and AP's comments on the other live towards the end was great. So I want to be that support as well for Luke. Um Let me see, I forgave my dad, but I'm still affected. Yeah, he's probably like inflicted a lot of harm on you, and that you probably just have a lot of questions like why would you do that? Some people are so disturbed, and the thing is, I do blame women a lot. I blame women a lot because they are choosing these people to become fathers, you know. Um, Luke said, I will listen. AP said, moving forward is easier said than done in my experience. Yeah, that's true. I think moving forward is basically, in my opinion, this doesn't apply to everyone, but for my life, moving forward is creating a life that I deserve, that was robbed from me. So, getting on with my life. I don't know how to define that, guys. Luke said, yeah, confusion, I understand, but I would never do that to children I protect. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like when people experience abuse, they don't want to become like the person that did it, right? So that's probably what it is. It's taught you not to become like that, but we can't give them that power. Feeling that hurt in our hearts is giving them power because it's like you're attaching yourself to them, but it's easier said than done, guys. Let me just check my battery life. Okay, it's on 16%. Right, so Luke said God allows us to see right and wrong. I agree. It's very broad for me to answer that because we don't know like that person's thoughts and what they were thinking. I mean, some people don't think at all, do they? Um, it's just something that you have to process, I think, because you said that you haven't spoken about it before. God bless the unheard, silent pain in our hearts in the world. Yes, yes, I agree. Healing is a very hard thing. AP said we all have suffered. I agree. I agree with that. Yes, we all have suffered. We've all gone through some really bad things in life. I agree. Some people talk about it, some people don't. Some more than others. God is always the answer. Yes, amen to that. God is truly the answer. Uh, I mean, if my life didn't go that way, I wouldn't even I would probably still be partying. I wouldn't even think about God. I probably wouldn't even think about God. But it's like, um, it's beautiful how it brings us back to God. Joy is our weapon, our faith. Yes, I haven't been religious. I haven't been religious of late. Does that say late? But I know the Bible and prayer is key. Yeah, the thing is, guys, it's not about religion, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. It's not about religion, it's about having a relationship with God. Because I think I won't be able to analyze it properly, but I think religion and a relationship with God is two separate things. I think with religion, it's about going to church, it's about, reading the Bible, it's about hearing the word of God. But then when you're in your bedroom and you're speaking to God, it's a different type of intimacy. You're actually connecting with Him, right? You're connecting with Him the way that you should, and you're following his footsteps. I don't know how to explain, not his footsteps, sorry, you're following his path, and it's like religion is separate. I mean, I never realized this, but religion is actually separate. I came at religion when I was a teenager. I think I was like 17. I came at religion, and it was the best decision I ever made. I do appreciate people that are still in religion, though. I don't have nothing against them. Um, but there's just so much thing, I can't even go into it, but I can't find the words. It's just like there's just so many different versions of Christianity, so many different beliefs. But when I came at religion, I was able to, I mean, I didn't do it straight away because I was still living in the world, but I mean now, now that I'm older, I can build my relationship with him, and I'm still working on that. I'm still trying to get closer to him, guys. I don't feel close enough. Like, I feel like there's a lot of work for me to do, guys. Right? Yes, yes, yes. Joyful, joyful Tanya. Thank you so much. Love the world. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for saying that. God answers us. Yes, He does. Amen to that. We recognize His voice because we are now His children. Yes, Amen. God's voice. God's voice is so important. Like when I'm negative, God says the complete opposite. He says something positive, and I'm thinking, huh? AP said, isn't your family religious or is it just you? Really good question. How do I break this down? So let me just tell the long story. So it will make more sense for me to tell the story. So when I was a child, I was introduced to God. So my mother was religious, so was my father. Um, I didn't live with my father, but he would do a lot of prayers. My mom would do prayers with me as well. She would talk about the Bible. She would tell us about Easter. But when I went to my dad's house, there would be a lot of prayers as well. So he was very strong into God. He's still, I shouldn't talk about him on my channel, but he's still religious. Um, my mom, so basically, all my siblings would know about God. My mom came out of religion when I was 17, and I decided to take her decision. Like, I just followed anything my mom said or done. And we made a decision to quit Christianity, which was a big relief for me because Christianity, especially Roman Catholics, they have a lot of bad things, bad things on the news about what they're doing. And I hated the fact that being a Christian, I was associated with that. Even though I wasn't a Catholic, you're still associated with it because people group all Christians together. So I left Christianity, but I still followed, I still believed in God. I didn't read the Bible, but I still believed in God. I would say my prayers here and there, right? Um, but I was still living in the world. I was young, but I didn't know what a close relationship with God was. I knew that I wasn't close with him, but if I said prayers, he would answer them. So God was still there. Um, but in terms of my family now, I to them I'm the religious one, right? To them because I'm now someone that's starting to read the Bible. I put the church on in my house, my online church. I do kind of call people out for judgment in the house as well, and which ties in the previous video that I talked about, because it's under my household, the thing that I talked about in the last live. So you can see that I cast a lot of judgment in terms of the Bible, in terms of that. Um do I know if my family are religious? I would say I do see a lot of lukewarm people in my house. I mean, when I talk to my siblings, they seem to believe like I influenced my sister to start reading the Bible as well, which was beautiful because I didn't think I would influence her. I was trying to get through to someone else. Um, I do see like a lot of people that are young in my house living how they want to, which was kind of how I was as well. My mom didn't like raise us as like a strict Christian though. We were allowed to live free, and you do see that in people's decisions today. Um there was a divide like in my house, like if I talk about God and there's an argument and I speak about God, I do get judged for that. I do get a lot of stones thrown at me as well. So to say if they're religious or not is kind of a thing that only God will know what's in their hearts. But in terms of the family dynamics, I feel like, in my house it's my mom and her husband, and then there's me because I'm the firstborn. I feel like I'm the leader in terms of I'm the one that's trying to get on a narrow path. So I feel like if anybody below us was to look at, I don't want to say religious figure or someone that can get them on the path with God, I feel like it's me. I feel like God has used my past to turn it around for his good, guys. God turns everything around for his good. So he's now turned my pain into his glory. Like he's showing that this is that the rooms that I cried in, I'm now laughing. So he's showing, those people that, Lord, this is the Tanya that should have been broken, that should have died from suicide, is now alive and well and speaking every day about God, right? Um, um, but it's not what it's how I'm explaining it is not really what it's like in my household. It's not as great as I'm making it out to be. You know, there's a lot of spiritual warfare, there's a lot of arguments, there's a lot of people provoking me. When I say a lot of people, there's, you know, a certain type of energy that's trying to provoke me, causing me to wrath and, you know, anger, you know, causing me to like say bad words. And living in a household that doesn't bring out God in you is not the house to be, guys. um so in terms of that, I feel like there's a spiritual battle where I'm saying God is good, God is the reason why I'm so strong now, and then I do feel that judgment placed upon me, but not from every single family member, but from certain individuals, you know, the people that are the gaslighters. um thank you so much, Luke, for saying hugs. AP said you can be shining light and led by an example, if that makes sense. You know what? I found that because I did a podcast with a YouTuber on here called Mark the Messenger. And when I did that, like some of you guys came from that podcast onto my channel, which I totally love. And then that's when I felt like, oh damn, I was like, okay, people have came from Mark's page. I now have to do more godly videos. I felt the pressure. So when I started to do that, that basically opened like a new experience for me where I was meeting more godly men online. And when I say godly men, this is not a dating site, guys. I speak with men mostly than women. And I started speaking more with men in that way. In when I say in that way, I don't mean like that. I mean like in terms of God and stuff. And what happened was, when I tell you guys, a lot of godly men are stuck in their own way. I mean, they literally think the Bible is one size fits all. And when I say that, let me be careful how I word that, right? You know how they say like men are leaders and stuff like that? They don't understand, like, you know, like how I explained my story to you guys, right? How AP said you can be a shining light and lead by an example, if that makes sense. If I was to say to a godly man, like online, right, if I said to him, right, God is using me to be like the head of, you know, to follow the narrow path, they would disagree. Because they'd be like, no, a man has to do that. Now, you see what I mean? So they don't look and see how God can work in mysterious ways. They see it as gender, because obviously in the Bible, God goes to the man first, and the man is the leader, whereas God is using me to be that voice. But they don't see it as that, they see it as gender. That's why I find that a lot of godly people can be toxic as well. I remember when, like, if you tell them your problems, they would just say, oh, maybe you need to repent because there's something that you've probably committed sin, and that's why your life. Ugh, guys. So I like to connect with people that are open-minded like you guys, where if I say my story, you guys can see, yeah, you are being used as a light. Whereas most of these people, they think the Bible is one size fits all, like I hope that makes sense. I hope that message comes across okay, and I hope I don't offend anyone. Luke said I would visit Tanya and her family. Oh my gosh, guys, I feel like that's off the cards. I feel like visiting my family is a big no-no, guys. Um, hey, Power and Control Wheel, how are you? Thank you so much for joining my live. Um, Power and control is not good in human beings' life. Chosen are the ones who love the Bible only. Um, Understandings, dinner with the family. No, that's a big no-go, guys. That's a big no-go. Not when my family's so divided. No, no, no. That's a big no. um, it's so good to see you too. Power Control. Well, I was actually thinking about you today because I was thinking about like your videos. I was gonna reach out to you as well. We are now in March. I was thinking about reaching out to you, but I never did it. I never did it. Um, but how's your work going, coming along? How's everything going? Um, Luke said dinner at Tanya's. That's a big no-go. Why is AP laughing? AP is laughing. When I watch this video back live, then I will know when AP put the emojis, the laughing emojis, and then I would know why he was laughing because obviously I won't know when. Yeah, but guys, I'm gonna try and end this video here now. Does anybody have anything else left to say before I end this live? Um, yeah, I've been on here for 39 minutes. But Power and Control will definitely need to reach out to you, or you can reach out to me. Luke said yes, all of us at Tanya's dinner. Oh my gosh, dinner at Tanya's. I need to read the story about Jesus, you know, the betrayal at the meal, because isn't that that's before he got crucified? See, I know there's a lot of stories about Jesus, but I haven't, because I haven't read it in the Bible for myself. I don't know, but I don't know why it made me think of that. Hope you do soon. Victim Prevention Project would love to connect to do videos with you too. In Michigan. Really? Where's okay, where is that, guys? Guys, I sound so dumb. I don't even know my geography. Why did I think Michigan was America? Please correct me. I feel so stupid right now. Yes, Judas, Luke. Yeah, I don't know that story well. I just know that he got betrayed by one of his disciples. That's all I know. Haven't read it. Don't know what happened. But don't tell me. Don't be a spoiler for me. I want to read it for myself. Luke said, "Okay, God bless. Thank you. Thank you so much." Power Control Will said it is. Really? Wow, in America. So let me read your comment again. Victim Prevention Project would love to connect to do videos with you too in Michigan. Wow, that's so interesting. I feel like there's more, I feel like I keep being connected to America. It's very interesting. Maybe I need to take a trip there. AP said you're doing a good job. Thank you so much. I feel like I don't know, like it's hard to when you're doing stuff you don't realize what you're doing, but thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, the Last Supper. Oh my gosh. The Power Controller said yep. AP said Michigan is Detroit, right? I can't even say these states in America. Is it Detroit? I can't pronounce it. It's so embarrassing. And I always get things wrong as well. Like when I say words, I always pronounce it wrong, so it's so funny. Luke is making me laugh. He said, "Enjoy Tanya's new cooking channel on YouTube, more recipes." I probably need to do recipe videos, you know. I probably need to do that. I've been doing my meal plans as well. I'm totally loving it. Like I'm trying to rotate my meals and I'm trying to eat what I have at home so I don't spend too much money. Not that I have money to spend, guys. Um, the power control said you've got a real opportunity here. You see my potential. I'm gonna have to, um, this week or next week. I'm gonna have to write on your page. I'm gonna have to do it. Um, the reason why I say next week because if I say this week, if I forget, then it seems like I haven't done what I said I was gonna do. So I've given myself enough time to remember. Um, Luke said laugh out loud, English dishes. I know, literally, like, oh my gosh, that was so funny because like when I did it, you asked me, you was like, what's the ingredients? And I was just like, how can I make this sound more complicated than what I've done? It was literally a simple dish. Oh, the power control will says she is a lovely person. I'd love to give you I'd love to give you as a regular on mine. Thank you so much. Um, yes, thank you so much for saying that, guys. You were so sweet. Luke says shepherd's pie. I love shepherd's pie, guy. Oh my gosh, I feel hungry now. Oh, I feel so hungry. Potato dish, yeah. Do you know what? Do you want some English dishes on my channel? I feel like you wanna yeah, I feel like you want a trip to the UK, Luke. Yes, cheese. Oh my gosh, that jack potato with baked beans and cheese was so nice. I literally sprinkled loads of cheese on top and then when the potato's hot, obviously it melts and it tastes so good, guys. I didn't want it to end. Yeah, guys, I'm getting a bit tired now. I don't want to end this video here, but I'm getting a bit tired. So to summarize this video, um, Luke, definitely keep on with your healing journey. You'll be fine. Power control will I have to reach out to you. AP, thank you. What have I just pressed? AP, thank you so much for coming on my live and talking to me. Like you bring a bit of balance to the channel. When emotions are all over the place, you like to, balance it out, which I really like. You bring in your wisdom. You always bring in your wisdom on my channel as well. Um AP said I haven't had shepherd's pie in 4 years. Okay, dinner at mine. Shepherd's pie is, guys, with mashed potato, green peas. I don't know if you guys like green peas, but we're gonna have like a blast. With some gravy if you guys like gravy. Luke said bye. Lovely seeing you. See you soon, T. Yeah, definitely. I'll reach out to you soon. Luke said dinner at Tanya's. Well, I'm definitely thinking about creating a recipe video, guys. I might have to do this. YouTube channel. AP said I met in years. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love talking to you all. Oh my gosh, you guys have made my day. Maybe I might do a live later. I'm not sure. Maybe. We will see. So guys, take care. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you all and have a lovely night, a lovely morning, a lovely afternoon or evening, wherever you guys are in the world. See you guys. Bye.